While we're waiting for our fire to burn down a bit so we can make some supper, what I thought I would do is show you our new camping setup that we have this year. Just this spring, we bought an Outbound Extreme trailer from Outbound Trailer. I'll give you a web address there. This is the Extreme. I got it in matte black. The only additions I got to it, other than the basic package, was I got the back window, I got the roof rack, and then I also got a second side door. As you can tell, we were driving down gravel roads today to find this beautiful, quiet county park. So what I would do is show you what I've done so far to it. This is only my third night in it, will be tonight. Some of the additions I've done. I did put this Tractor Supply tongue box on here. So far that's worked out really well. Holds quite a bit. Again, you want to keep your tongue somewhat light. But the Tractor Supply toolbox works really great. I think I paid $120 for that. This tongue does sit pretty high off the ground, and I'm driving a RAV4. And so the hitch on this, it does not come with a factory. This is an XLE premium, so it does not come with a hitch. So I had one aftermarket added on. So I did have to raise this quite a bit because this tongue sits quite high on the trailer for the RAV. If you've got a higher placed hitch, you're absolutely fine, but if you've got a lower vehicle, something to keep in mind. I did add the extra spare tire on there to make sure I had a matching tire in case anything went wrong. But I'll tell you, I do not like the placement of that because it puts a ton of weight on that tongue. And trying to move this thing around by hand on anything other than concrete is a pain. It is a struggle to move it. Any soft soil, turf, not great. So that is definitely something I want to move. I don't know where yet, where I'm going to put it, but I do want to get it out of here. I want to get it out of there. And the jack itself as well, I'm not really fond of that tongue jack. I'm just waiting for it to bend, break. This is the inside of the Outbound Extreme. Well, I'll tell you right now, hopefully you can see that it's not factory. I did not have any shelves or anything put into this trailer when I bought it. It was just the bare bones. The other thing I've added, I did put this shelving unit up, kind of put it at a slight angle, just easier to get to the boxes that I bought in here. Most of this, I think I bought one 1x4 10-foot. Everything else is scrap pieces that I've got on here. I did buy these on clearance at Walmart, and they match. That makes it nice. And when you look in the back, I did put a portable air conditioner in there and the ducting out of the ceiling fan. I should add that the ceiling fan was an addition to the base model. I just got that going today. Today it's about 85 degrees. And so tonight it's supposed to stay pretty warm up until about midnight. So I put the air conditioner in here basically for the dog. I can take it with the fans. The fans cool it down really nice. But the dog needs the air conditioning, or otherwise he's going to be panting hard all night, not getting any sleep. It means I won't get any sleep either. I did add this small rug in here just to make it a little bit of softness for Cab, the dog, because he's going to sleep right here. I got these double mattresses. This is be another thing that I have to work on, just because these are two 6-inch memory foam mattresses, and the size is a cot size, and I've got two of them, and what I wanted was to be lifted off the floor, so I'm not laying right next to the Cab and taking all of his ticks that he's getting rid of throughout the night. What I found is this is super soft, so I have to do something different to raise this up. But this height is perfect for me. I do keep to run the fan. I run this Blue Eddy, and this will go for, I'm going to say 4 days running that fan, just from the test I've done so far. And that would be on a low to medium setting. If you put it on high, definitely not going to last that much further. You see that I took some Reflectus and put it over the ducting out, just because there's a huge amount of heat coming off of those. And it's still a little warm, but before, I mean, it was hot. So that's made a huge difference in keeping it cool in here. Right now it's 73. I've had the door open since I started talking in here. And it was 71, I think, when I walked in, or when I came in. When I first turned this on, it was 85 degrees in here, and that was about an hour ago. So it's definitely doing its work, and we're in the late afternoon sun, so it's fighting that. But it does a really good job. I just used some of this stiff pink insulation and built a box, so inside of it, it's hollow. This is just a square around it, and I'll have to make it look pretty somehow. This is not meant to be a permanent fix. What I'd really like to do is go out that back area to duct that out as an exhaust for the air conditioner. That would give us a little bit more room, as well as we wouldn't have as much heat, radiant heat getting kicked out of here, inside here, less tubing. And then also that port would act as a port to allow me to pump in propane heat. So that's something, if I'm looking in late fall, even if I do any winter camping, that'd be a nice little addition to have some heat in here, because these walls are not insulated on the Outbounds. I do have a set of stairs here that I put out for cab. That's kind of a high jump for him to get up. But he does good. 5-gallon bucket you see there is just in case I need to potty, and there's no facilities wherever I'm at. I did try something new this year. I did want something right outside the door. It's pretty messy now, all the walking off of it. But I put a canvas tarp down. This is a 6x8, if I remember right. I really like it. It's a little bit easier on the feet. Cab likes to lay on it rather than in the rock, or if we're somewhere that is not quite as comfortable as just grass or turf that he can't get on, this would be a nice place for him to lay on. Plus, if it's a really ticky area, I can have him lay out here and he's just not getting covered in ticks. The awning is a Dan Shell awning. I bought this when I first started vehicle camping with just in the RAV. It's pretty beat. The poles are bent a couple times. But I did put it on the passenger side. That's the side I like to use to get in and out. I don't think it's great. In fact, I probably wouldn't suggest it. It looks cool, but as you can see, it's about 6 o'clock at night, mid-June, early mid-June. And so the sun, and I've got trees over here that would be blocking it once the sun goes down a little bit more. But you can see that doesn't really block a lot. So I'm actually planning something in my head of just using the cheap tarp that I can bring from the trailer, suction cup it to the RAV, and then bring it down just to give a nice sunblock. Because otherwise, Cabby would be laying here right now, but he's hanging out in the shade because he's got dark fur. And let me tell you, that long-haired dark fur, he gets warm very quickly. Very quickly. Right? Yes, sir. Yes, sir, he does. Yeah, I guess it's been the whole day outside. Nothing better than that. Nothing better than that. Yeah. Are you caught? Are you caught in the weeds? You are, aren't you? Ugh. There, now you're free. But that's our setup. Again, there's a few things I want to do to it yet, just to make it a little bit more me and make it a little bit more user-friendly for what I would like. Again, I guess the drawbacks, the hitch is high, but I actually like that for clearance. It's my vehicle. It's causing that. That tongue jack is junk. Not a really fan of that. The tire where it's placed, not a fan of that. I'm going to see if there's somehow I can mount that in the back. But prefer not to put it on the roof because that'd be a pain in the ass if I ever do get a flat trying to climb on top, and you really can't use these wheel wells as a step. They're not strong enough for that. But that's the Outbound Extreme. I'm happy with it so far. I am. It pulls really easy. I will say pushing it, like I said, pushing it by hand, trying to jockey it into position, not easy. Not easy at all. But if you're a good backer, then you don't have to worry about that. I'm not. So that is something I'm going to work on if I can figure out a better jack system that I think a lot of people could really benefit from. So that's it. No hiking on this video, but just a quick review of the Outbound Extreme. Thanks for watching.